repeated abuse of these tactics have blocked legislation that might create jobs. They've defeated actions that would help.
You're listening to the sound of the knockout artist, Barack Obama. Now, maybe knockout works in the gutters. Maybe you could admire a knockout punk in the street, think that that's really great. But we're not supposed to have a knockout artist in the White House. No, and when we have a knockout artist in the White House working with a former pugilist named Harry Reid, who has today destroyed democracy, maybe not once and for all, but certainly has destroyed a key element of our democracy, according to Michael Savage, yes, and who else? Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden, Dianne Feinstein, Barack Obama himself when he was speaking out of the other side of his mouth. Even Harry Reid said the filibuster is a part of the fabric of the institution. Schumer, the double talker, said that. John Kerry said it, by the way. The question is, what will this gangster regime do next with their knockout tactic? Do you fear, as I do? I said fear. I didn't say I know. I fear that they could eliminate term limits and they could run him for the third term. Now, opposing that would be the Clinton machine, but I don't know how much power they have. Do you fear he will grant amnesty to the 30 to 50 million illegal aliens? Do you fear he will take away the Second Amendment? Why can't he? Who's going to stop him? John Boehner? Paul Ryan? Tell me, who's going to stop him? You? Today, Boehner turned around and said immigration is absolutely not dead. So tell me why he will not grant amnesty, seize your guns, eliminating term limits. Why won't he do it? What do you fear? 855-407-282. By the way, to those of you who normally listen to me on the Internet, there's been an interruption with iHeartRadio tonight, but I'm live on all the radio stations. Thank God for the radio stations. See, this is why I'm bullish on radio stations. They've all been running my show tonight, but those of you who've been listening on the Internet normally didn't hear anything of what I said. You missed one of my most important shows. So learn to tune in your local station. Let's start with some of the callers because they're important. Las Vegas, Joyce on KBET. Your voice is important, Joyce. What do you think will happen next?
Well, I'm not afraid anymore. I knew he was going to stay in office more than third term 3 years ago. I could foresee it. I'm not a soothsayer or anything. I knew it by his words. My White House, my plane. He doesn't work. He doesn't want to work. That's his platform, to be the next dictator of this country. The man
that's what I fear. I have felt he was Junior Doc Duvalier in the making.
Leaving the country in 5 months. I'm moving out of the country for good.
I felt this man was a Junior Doc Duvalier from the day he appeared on the international stage. I took a look at him. I listened to him. I looked at his background. I tried to stop this with my books. People laughed at me. They called me names. I wrote Trickle-Down Tyranny as my last attempt to stop him. Right now, he has an open field to crush every principle of freedom and democracy in this nation. Who's going to stop him? John Boehner?
Nobody will stop him because he said he can do whatever he wants to do. The 22nd Amendment is dead. Our Constitution is dead because of this dictator. I must leave the country. I love this country too much, but I probably will never come back again.
Yeah, well, the question is, where are you going to go? Tell me where you can go.
South America. I'm going to Ecuador.
Interesting. Do you know that Australia has a conservative leadership right now who basically is one of the finest leaders in the West right now? You want to call Australia part of the Western nations? Australia finally got fed up with the communism of the left? I don't think they would take Americans. I don't think they need any Americans there. I think they're doing quite well without us. Gus on WABC on the issue of will Obama now eliminate term limits. I don't mean tomorrow. He doesn't have to do that tomorrow. He's got 3 years left. Tomorrow is amnesty. The next day is whatever he wants. Second Amendment. Maybe a year from now, after the midterm elections, he eliminates term limits. Why not? Why not? Axelrod can certainly arrange that with MSNBC, NBC. He'll give them more tax credits. Right? That's how it works. Look back at the history of the Third Reich. I know you don't want to hear it, but I'll give it to you anyway, since you don't want to hear it. I'll give it to you anyway. Many of you don't understand anything